In a country where image is everything and silence is survival, being openly queer or even just playing queer isn't just bold, it's revolutionary. Today, on Rainbow Spotlight, we're diving into the stories of 5 Korean celebrities who shocked the nation simply by embracing queer energy, on screen, on stage, or in spirit. Some took on daring BL roles, others shattered stereotypes with their beauty, their boldness, or their refusal to play it safe. From idol heartthrobs to rising actors, these men didn't just spark conversations, they lit a cultural fuse. And you won't believe what happened when number 3 made his move. Trust us, Korea's never looked at queer fame the same way since. Stay until the end and tell us, which of these moments felt like a breakthrough for you? Drop their number and let us know where you're watching from. Woo Hyeon. Too beautiful, too bold, too queer-coded. In South Korea, where K-pop idols are trained to maintain a perfectly neutral image, even the hint of queerness can spark a media storm. So when Woo Hyeon, former idol-turned-actor, took on the lead role in a gay romance drama, fans were thrilled, critics were stunned, and the country was divided. The year was 2020. While most Korean dramas still avoided LGBTQ narratives, a quiet revolution arrived with Wish You, Your Melody from My Heart. Woo Hyeon starred as a shy singer-songwriter who falls in love with another man, and he played it with tenderness, honesty, and no hesitation. No wink-wink, no caricature, just raw emotion, soft glances, longing that felt real. And that's what shocked people most. He wasn't playing a gay role. He was telling a love story. And in doing so, he became one of the first mainstream Korean actors to bring queer romance to life without apology. Of course, the backlash came quick. Conservative media called the drama controversial. Some netizens accused him of ruining his career. But something unexpected happened too. International fans flooded in. YouTube clips of the show racked up millions of views. Fans from Brazil to the Philippines to the US called him a new queer icon. Twitter threads called his performance soft boy perfection and the most sincere BL lead we've seen. And Woo Hyeon, he stayed completely calm. In an interview months later, he said, "I chose the project because the story moved me. Love is universal, and acting should be too." That one sentence echoed far beyond the drama industry. He didn't label himself. He didn't make it about orientation. He simply stood by the story. And for thousands of queer fans, that was enough. Since then, Woo Hyeon has remained active, choosing smaller, more thoughtful projects over flashy fame. He's become something of a cult figure in the LGBTQ+ K-drama community, mentioned alongside actors who get it, even if they don't say it. Fashion-wise, he leans androgynous. Soft knits, oversized silhouettes, soft waves in his hair. He doesn't scream rebel, but everything about him gently resists conformity. And while Korea may not be ready for a wave of openly gay idols or actors, Woo Hyeon's performance cracked the door open. He proved that a love story between men doesn't need to be loud to be radical. It just needs to be real. Drop a 1 if Woo Hyeon's quiet boldness reminded you that sometimes soft is the strongest stance of all. Gichchan, the K-pop idol who made BL mainstream. In the world of K-pop, few things are as strictly controlled as image. From dating bans to curated tweets, idols are trained to play it safe. And that's why when Gichchan, a member of the boy group DKZ, took the lead in a gay teen romance drama, he didn't just break a rule, he rewrote the playbook. In 2022, Semantic Error premiered on a small streaming platform. No one expected it to make waves. Then came the flood. Fans from all over Asia, Europe, and the Americas fell in love with the show's charming enemies-to-lovers storyline. Gichchan played Chu Sang-woo, a cold, awkward coder who slowly falls for the effortlessly cool art student played by Park Seo-ham. But what made it explode wasn't just the story. It was Gichchan's performance, full of sincerity, vulnerability, and a kind of raw sweetness that felt too real to be just acting. Suddenly, a relatively unknown idol became the face of BL in Korea. TikTok edits, fan cams, thirst posts, fan fiction, searches for his name skyrocketed. DKZ, his group, gained millions of new fans. He won Best Actor at the Korea Drama Awards. And the BL genre? It became mainstream, largely thanks to him. But of course, not everyone was cheering. Some Korean netizens accused him of using gay roles for clout. Others worried it would hurt his idol image. K-pop fans can be fiercely protective and brutally critical. But through it all, Gichchan stood tall. In interviews, he never made excuses. "Love is love," he said. "And I think all stories deserve to be told. If people feel seen because of this drama, I'm happy." And just like that, a 21-year-old K-pop idol became a quiet queer ally, whether he intended to or not. He didn't need to come out. He didn't need to explain. He let the work speak. And it did, louder than any statement ever could. Off-screen, he's leaned into a softer, more fluid image. Flowy shirts, delicate rings, cropped cardigans. In fan meets, he talks openly about friendship, emotion, and being true to your character. No toxic masculinity, no panic, just presence. What Park Gichchan proved is that visibility doesn't always come from protest. Sometimes it comes from showing up with love, doing your job, and letting the story breathe. And now, he's working on more dramas, more music, and quietly inspiring an entire generation of young fans across Asia who finally see a version of themselves on screen. Drop a 2 if Park Gichchan's fearless softness reminded you that real change sometimes looks like kindness in motion. I'm Ji Woom, the BL heartthrob with mystery in his eyes. If Park Gichchan was the soft heart of semantic error, then Kim Ji Woong was its slow-burning fire in The Boy Next Door and Kissable Lips. With piercing eyes, sculpted cheekbones, and a deep, calm voice, Ji Woong didn't just play gay characters, he radiated them. Without ever needing to say much, his screen presence pulled you in, leaving viewers wondering, is he acting or just being? And that's what made his rise so quietly explosive. Before stepping into the world of BL dramas, Kim Ji Woong had a rocky journey. He debuted in several lesser-known K-pop groups including INX and BIG, before slowly transitioning into acting. But it wasn't until 2021 when he took on Kissable Lips, a supernatural gay romance, that people really looked twice. Was he bold? Yes. Was he believable? Very. And most importantly, was he brave enough to own it? Yes. While many Korean actors worry about getting typecast or offending conservative audiences, Ji Woong leaned in with grace and control. He followed Kissable Lips with roommates of Pungduk 304, where he portrayed a confident, emotionally layered gay lead with undeniable chemistry and magnetic realism. International fans went wild. He became a frequent name on TikTok thirst lists, and fan cams of his Dom energy in BL scenes blew up. In fan spaces, he was called the Gong Yu of BL, commanding, sensual, and mature. Yet in Korea, his career path was unusual, even risky. Few actors, especially male idols turned actors, take on multiple gay roles in succession. But Kim Ji Woom didn't just accept the parts, he elevated them. And his reward? In 2023, Ji Woom stunned the K-pop and acting world by landing a spot in Celebs ZB1 after competing on Boys Planet. He was 25, older than most competitors, but fans voted him in anyway, not just for his looks, but for his presence, his calm, his quiet defiance. Now balancing a dual career as a K-pop idol and BL lead, Kim Ji Woom has become a rare phenomenon, a queer-coded actor who doesn't shrink his energy even when the spotlight shifts. And he does it all without labels. He's never defined his orientation. He hasn't had to. His characters, his fashion, his aura, they say enough. In interviews, he talks about loving roles that show sincerity and make people feel seen. He avoids controversy, but he never apologizes for his choices. That's his power. He's not here to make statements. He's here to exist fully and let the world catch up. Drop a 3 if Kim Ji Woom's slow burn intensity reminded you that power doesn't need to shout. It just needs to stay. Jang Eui Soo, the model turned queer leading man. When you first see Jang Eui Soo, it's hard to ignore his height, his sharp features, and that cold runway stare. For years, he was best known in South Korea as a top model, appearing in editorials for brands like Calvin Klein and Hera Home, all cheekbones and chic minimalism. But in 2020, Jang Eui Soo made a move no one saw coming. He stepped into the world of queer romance and didn't look back. His breakthrough came with Where Your Eyes Linger, a Korean BL series that changed the game. Unlike the genre's usual campiness or soft teen tones, this drama was elegant, emotionally charged, and beautifully restrained, and Eui Soo was its magnetic center. He played Kang-guk, the stoic bodyguard with a tortured love for his best friend/heir. There were no grand declarations, just stolen glances, unspoken desires, and a slow, aching burn. And audiences, especially queer ones, noticed. The series wasn't just a hit in Korea, it made global waves. For many international fans, Where Your Eyes Linger was their first K-drama experience with real queer longing. And Jang Eui Soo's performance? Honest, heartbreaking, undeniably beautiful. So why was it so shocking? Because Jang Eui Soo wasn't supposed to do this. He was a model-turned-actor. He had the kind of masculine aura that casting agents in Korea usually push into crime thrillers or rom-com leads. Instead, he chose to explore emotional vulnerability. He took on a gay lead role without irony, without excuses, and he did it with the kind of quiet intensity that leaves a mark. In post-show interviews, he said, "I didn't think about labels. I just wanted to show love that feels real. Everyone can relate to that." That kind of neutrality may sound simple, but in South Korea's still conservative entertainment world, it's quietly radical. And his fashion? Always sleek, but now more expressive. Layered trench coats, soft knits, earrings that dangle just enough to question. He never overstates it, but he lets softness in. While he hasn't starred in another BL since, the impact remains. He opened the door for BL dramas in Korea to be taken seriously, not just as fan service, but as storytelling, emotional, beautiful, worthy. Today, Jang Eui Soo is balancing indie films, TV dramas, and low-key modeling gigs. He's not a scandal machine. He's not the loudest voice in the room. But his performance in Where Your Eyes Linger lives on. In fan edits, in queer playlists, in the quiet corners of YouTube where people still rewatch that one rooftop scene and whisper, "This felt real." Drop a 4 if Jang Eui Soo's elegance reminded you that sometimes queer power lies in restraint, not noise. Han Gichchan, the rookie idol who stepped into queer history. In 2020, South Korea was not ready for a gay love story on primetime streaming. So when Han Gichchan, a soft-spoken idol trainee from Produce X 101, landed the lead role in Where Your Eyes Linger, the industry whispered, then gasped. He wasn't a veteran, he wasn't a method actor, he was 22, fresh-faced, and about to become the first-ever Korean actor to lead a BL drama in the country's history. And he nailed it. As Han Tae-ju, the wealthy heir torn between duty and desire, Gichchan delivered more than lines. He gave us longing, chemistry, vulnerability. Alongside co-star Jang Eui Soo, their portrayal of repressed love burned quietly but undeniably. The drama was only 8 episodes, each under 15 minutes, but that was all it took. Fans across Asia flooded in. The show trended in Thailand, the Philippines, Vietnam, and Latin America. It became a cult hit. And Han Gichchan? From nobody to new face of Korean BL. But what made it shocking wasn't just the content, it was the context. At the time, Korea had never had a mainstream drama with 2 male leads in a romantic arc. No kissing, no declarations, just subtle, coded intimacy, until this. And the fact that the lead was a rookie idol, almost unheard of. While agencies usually push their trainees towards safe, marketable roles, Gichchan chose a risk, and it paid off. He quickly landed more roles, including in Light on Me, another BL project where he again played a character with emotional honesty and softness that fans loved. Even in scenes where nothing was said, his expressions carried the weight of queer teen confusion and hope. And still, he kept it humble. In interviews, he shared, "I was nervous. I wanted to do justice to the story, and I'm grateful people felt something from it." There was no showboating, no capitalizing. He simply let the performance speak. Fashion-wise, Gichchan has embraced a clean-cut but fluid look. Cropped cardigans, pearl necklaces, loose silhouettes, bare skin moments in pictorials that toe the line between K-idol sexy and queer-coded chic. And his fan base? Fiercely protective, especially among queer fans. Han Gichchan is often called our gentle pioneer. Why? Because he walked in when the door was barely open, young, inexperienced, and fully aware of what this role meant. And he walked out not just unscathed, but respected. He didn't need to be loud. He didn't need to come out. He just showed up, gave heart, and made history. Drop a 5 if Han Gichchan's quiet courage reminded you that sometimes the boldest moves come from the softest voices. In a culture where silence is often safer than truth, these 5 Korean celebrities didn't just step into the spotlight, they challenged the script. From Woo Hyeon's soft rebellion, to Park Jae-chan's gentle stardom, to Kim Ji-woong's intense queer magnetism, to Jang Eui Soo's elegant restraint, and Han Gichchan's history-making debut. These weren't just performances, they were acts of quiet revolution. Because every time a Korean actor dares to tell a queer story, even in whispers, it echoes through a society still learning how to listen. Their roles weren't always loud, but their impact, unforgettable. They reminded us that masculinity can be tender, that love doesn't need labels, and that being brave doesn't always mean being bold. It sometimes just means showing up. Drop the number of the story that moved you the most, and tell us where in the world you're watching from. We're building a global queer spotlight, and you're part of it. Subscribe for more unapologetically queer content, because when we shine together.